Tuesday, January 6th. I have this cough that's trying to develop, and I don't know where it's coming from, but we about to zinc that shit down. It's like almost, I might be dehydrated. So when I get dehydrated, I just, god damn, I have a dry, that's like a dry cough, right? It's like, ugh. But we are definitely about to take some zinc and be done with that. So 6 days into this project of mine, um, again, one of the things that I said I was going to do to be able to get videos on the board towards my 1,000 videos, because if I'm on YouTube and I post every day, somebody has to see something. At some point, the Undiagnosed Baddie series is going to get picked up, and maybe I'll have a crew. This just came to my mind. Maybe I'll have a crew follow me around. I do like the entire live streaming culture, but I don't like the antics. I like I'm from the real world road rules era of reality TV, the OGs of reality TV, and I wouldn't mind having a live stream, like even if it was just strictly in my content room. You know, I need to order a particular phone holder so I can get this out of my bathroom. Although I don't think that y'all mind the bathroom too much. I think y'all are actually enjoying the conversation that I'm having. I didn't really know which way I wanted to go today, and we're just going to talk about my feelings a little bit. I have so many memories in my head. I just got off the treadmill, and I seen a few TikToks about cheating, and I wanted to talk about the first time I truly, like, I remember other times, but my first, like, big heartbreak. And if y'all know me, and if you don't know me, I used to deal with this dude. His name, Lil Rob. I love Lil Rob. And Lil Rob broke my heart because he had a baby on me. Oh my God. Let's talk about how I met Lil Rob. I have a homegirl named Shara. We met at Nuttall Hall, down the shore. UMES. Again, you know, y'all a rep the Hawks like a mug. So Shara used to drive. Shara was the only child of her mother and father. She wasn't the only child, but of her mother and father, she was the only child. So when we could get a car, Shara had her car down the shore. She used to go home every weekend. She wasn't staying on campus on the weekend. She used to go home. She came back on weekend. This is a good story for y'all. And Shara came back and she was like, I met this man and he got cousins and I got somebody for you. Now I'm going to admit everybody else's name except for Rob, because that's just what the fuck I'm going to do. So we'll say cousin A and cousin B. All right. So she was like, I got cousin A for you, and you're going to like him. You're going to like him. We're going home this weekend, and I'm going to hook you up with cousin A. They got money. I said, okay, they got money. Let's go. So we go home that weekend, and we pull up, and cousin A has, back then, everybody used to have, like, custom shops. So back then, cousin A had, like, a custom shop. Cousin A outside with cousin B. Cousin B is really, like, irrelevant, but it was them and Rob. And Lil Rob, I was outside with cousin A and cousin B, like they had bottles or whatever. Cousin B had his little piece out there. And I'm not really feeling cousin A. It's like he's giving older gentleman, like on the verge of having worms, older. And I wasn't really feeling it. Then Lil Rob pull up in his blue Cadillac DeVille. And he get out the car. He was so handsome to me. He was so handsome to me. He reminded me of Killer Cameron. And yeah, he was fine. But he was brown. So I like brown men. I don't really like light skinned men like that. And I seen him get out of the car and I was like, Shira. I used to call her Shira. I want that one right there. And she was like, you like him? Okay, I'm gonna make it happen. So she walks up to cousin B. It was like, she don't want cousin A. She want him right there. So he was like, all right, cool. It's not a problem. So they introduced me to him, and he was like, what you about to do? I was like, nothing. I'm just out here cooling. Mind you, I rode with Shira over there. So he was like, all right, get in the car. We about to go get a bottle. And we went to the liquor store, and back then it was Belvedere because of Jeezy, and it was Moet Rosé. So he got some Belvedere, and he got some Rosé, and we had a wonderful night. Now, I stayed with Rob from that first meeting for 4.5 years after that. We were inseparable. We have got a townhouse out VA, and he had parked behind me. We had a single car driveway, and he had parked behind me. And where am I in the story so I can make sure y'all get the whole story, because I'm taking a long time to tell the story. So anyway, he had parked behind me, and I had to go to work. So I get in the car, and something said, look in the glove box. So I look in the glove box, and it's another phone. Something says, open the phone. It's a man. I put the code in, open it up, and there are pictures of a sonogram. So my heart is broken. So I take my phone. Of course, I'm taking pictures of it, sending it to myself. I don't remember how I got it to my phone. I either took pictures of it or sent it. And I close it back, put it back, and now I'm on my way to work, sobbing, hurt. My heart is hurt because I'm like, what you mean? And I knew who the person was, right? And that was the time my heart was like ripped out of my chest, hurt. But I'm going to tell you two things. When I told my mother what was happening, because I was going around, and I wouldn't bring him no more. We were still living together. We had a lease. I was like, where Rob at? I was like, girl, he having a baby by somebody else, and nobody could believe it, because me and Rob was locked in for those 4 years, and this is way before my kid. I was like, I'm not having no kids. He had a daughter. I'm having kids for what? I'm living a life. I have a man that takes care of his kid. At this time, she was the only child, and she had all the grandparents, there was nothing that I wanted for her. There wasn't a place I couldn't go. There wasn't a shoe I couldn't get. This is when I used to model my hair. I used to have all the Dior. So like when the Dior came back out around again, I was like, I did that. I got all the pictures that proved that like I was the Dior mommy. But you know, you let the young women have it. Have fun in your Dior era. But that shit broke my heart. And from Rob breaking my heart, I never really let a man after that break my heart. Not one of mine. And I won't say I turned into Future, but what I will say is that I recognize signs. And if I was in a relationship, if you know me to be in a relationship with someone longer than I should have, I already peeped game. And I stayed because I was getting what I wanted at that time out of that relationship. And what I'll say to any woman out here, that if a man cheats on you and has a baby, leave immediately for several reasons. One, he's having unprotected sex with somebody else. Two, that means he's playing with your life, because this woman knew we were living together. This woman knew she was insisting on having this man's baby. And who knew who else she was dealing with? Because I will say he came home every night. Lil Rob came home every night. So that didn't stop the cheating. But I want women to love themselves, recognize the signs. I guess this is a powerful message, powerful, uplifting, teaching. Leave that nigga. I did wind up leaving eventually. And I'll say eventually because I stayed to stack some bread. I didn't stay to stay, baby. Be smart out here with these niggas. Leave them in the dust. Because they'll leave you in the dust for whatever they want to do. Obviously, right? Because he had a baby by somebody. So that's who he loved more. That's how I took it. Oh, you love her more. You gave her a baby. You gave her raw dick. To the doctor I go, no matter what. I didn't feel funny. He didn't give me nothing.